to be here for this issue. It's an incredibly important issue. How do you raise the revenue the federal government needs to govern this country? And it needs to be done in a very fair manner. I was fortunate that Senator Crapo asked me to sit in for him as ranking member. I was happy to do it because I wanted to sit through this full hearing. I wanted to hear what the committee was like. I wanted to hear the points made by the members. And what I did hear, an awful lot of areas of agreement. Now, there's no doubt about there's differences here, okay? But coming from the private sector, I found out that the only way you really accomplish things in the private sector, and Mr. Werfel, you probably discovered this too, is you search for and exploit areas of agreement. There's plenty of things that divide us, but concentrate on the areas of agreement. So again, I want to work with you, Mr. Chairman, try and find those areas of agreement and do the work of the American public. I think when it comes to tax policy, I've never really liked the term tax reform. I'd much rather concentrate on tax simplification and tax rationalization. I think if we would do that, I think it would remove an awful lot of the headaches that you're going to be experiencing as commissioner. I know you did in answer to, I think it was Senator Cornyn's question, maybe somebody else, you said your position or your job as commissioner is not to be proposing or even really commenting on legislation or taking a position on it. But I do hope as commissioner you inform this committee what laws, what legislation are giving you headaches, are making it very difficult to administer the tax law in a fair and impartial and efficient manner. I think that's extremely important. So my question for you, and sorry if you did cover this, but I did have to go for votes a couple times. One of your challenges is going to be replacement of the baby boomers, as well as whatever hires now Congress has enabled you to do with their funding. In Wisconsin, probably the biggest challenge for any employer is finding people to hire. So my question is, have you considered that? Do you have a strategy for dealing with the replacement of many people in the current workforce, and then hiring qualified and hopefully impartial staff for the IRS to administer our tax code?
This is unbelievable, friends. It may be signed into law very soon. A new bill has been proposed by state lawmakers that could establish a permanent child tax credit. This could be extra monthly relief payments for millions of families. My friends, I will be going over eligibility requirements for this relief, so do make sure to watch until the end of this video. Also, I will be giving away 2 $75 Walmart gift cards this coming Friday. If you'd like to enter the giveaway, friends, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My dear friends, the more videos that you watch and then leave a comment on, the greater your chances of winning the weekly giveaways. Thanks to state lawmakers, families in the state of Illinois may have a little extra cash very soon in the form of a state-run child tax credit. The move is not without precedent. States across the country have worked to reinstate some sort of family tax credit since the dissolution of the federal expanded tax credit in December of 2021. The crisis-era expanded child tax credit provided families with up to $3,600 per child that was paid in monthly installments from February to December of that year. Despite its great success and bipartisan support, an extension of the expanded child tax credit was stonewalled by Senate Republicans and sole Democratic holdout, West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, as part of President Biden's stalled American Rescue Plan. The bill introduced to the state legislature would provide families who earn less than $75,000 a year and single taxpayers earning less than $50,000 a $700 state income tax credit for each child under the age of 17 in the state of Illinois. Bill co-sponsors Senate Mike Simmons has stated, working families are struggling worse than ever before. It is time for the state to create a permanent child tax credit that puts money back into the pockets of parents in Illinois so that parents can take care of their children and communities can begin to recover. The federal monthly child tax credit payments were credited with lifting 4 million children out of poverty, and it's estimated that after the payments were stopped, nearly that many children lapsed back into poverty and food insecurity. The federal monthly child tax credit payments were also associated with better mental health for parents and families, and also help families pay their bills, save money, and afford food. In the 2023 State of the Union address in early February, the president repeated his call to bring back the child tax credit. President Biden said, "Let's also restore the full child tax credit, which gave tens of millions of parents some breathing room and cut child poverty in half to the lowest level in history." Before the end of 2022, there was a lot of talk that Republicans and Democrats were on the cusp of an agreement regarding the monthly tax credit payments. But since then, Republicans have gained control of the House, so Democrats will likely have a difficult time reaching an agreement with lawmakers. So dear friends, please let me know what your thoughts are on the expanded child tax credit. The United States jobless rate just hit its lowest level since 1969. But the Congressional Budget Office is projecting a stagnant economy that may push unemployment to its highest since September 2021, when the nation was recovering its footing from the crisis. The unemployment rate this year could jump to 5.1% from its January level of 3.4%. That was the lowest level in more than half a century. And according to the Congressional Budget Office, a jump in unemployment of that size would imply that hundreds of thousands of Americans who are currently employed would lose their jobs. The agency's updated 10-year budget and economic outlook outlined stark expectations for the coming year as high interest rates and inflation continue to impact U.S. households and businesses. The CBO pointed to the risks of not increasing the government's legal borrowing authority. If tax receipts from this year's filing season fall short of estimated amounts, the United States could hit its statutory debt ceiling earlier than July. The outlook warns about rising yearly budget deficits. In 2033, the CBO anticipates that the yearly shortfall in tax revenues relative to spending would exceed $2.85 trillion. That is more than doubled the deficit in 2022. The latest figures seem to affirm the worst fears of many U.S. consumers and businesses, but it's a reminder that the U.S. economy has seldom behaved as anticipated through the crisis and its aftermath. The employment forecast looks very different from the pace of hiring so far this year. The CBO estimated that just 108,000 jobs will be added in 2023, but employers have already added 517,000 jobs in January alone. So one reason why the CBO expects a slowdown this year are the actions taken by the Fed. The U.S. Central Bank has been trying to reduce inflation by raising its benchmark interest rates. Well, my marvelous and most amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Monday. Thank you so much, friends, for being part of this community and for being here every day. To show my appreciation, I'll be announcing 2 more winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. Please enter the giveaway by making sure that you are subscribed to my channel, click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My friends, the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed week.